Good afternoon. My name is Mahen Sanghrajka from Big Five Tours and Expeditions in the United States.
Thank you for joining us on Breaking Travel News. You were on a panel this morning about community.
I'm one of the judges the community development. And yes, I was on the panel this morning talking about the community development. And as a judge on my side, as a community development, when I look at the entries, I'm looking at to say, what are they really doing for the community? Not just taking the profit and going away with this, we did one classroom or we created something. No, I'm looking at to say what is the sustainability, how long they're going to go on with the different programs. And we want to see this for years and years to go on. I mean, one of the entries that I had actually judged was a winner today, Zakura Enterprises. And I was so proud that I was able to read through all the entries, all the information that they sent in. And the chief judge chose them as the main winner. And fantastic.
Now, how do you build a business for tomorrow that helps the community at large whilst making a profit today?
Well, a community at large business over here is really not about making the profit. Yes, we are in the business of making a profit, but at the same time, we all have to understand there's a need for giving it back. And if you don't do that today, it's going to be impossible for it to sustain. And we're looking to see the younger generations and the future generations and the children and the grandchildren to make sure they enjoy the tourism that we have around. And without the communities over there, there's no way they can go and look at it. So that's the important part. That's what we are looking at.
Do you think there almost needs to be legislation from governments so that individual companies put more in so it does benefit communities?
I don't think the legislation really makes a difference. It has to come from the individual's heart. You can be having any legislations, but if you don't have it in your heart to give it back, it doesn't make a difference.
But aren't most companies driven by profit first? Only a few are really driven by other values that go beyond profit.
Today's consumers are the ones who are driving them to say, we need to know what are you doing, rather than saying, if you go to the hotels, if you see in the hotel to say, put your towels back on the racks if you don't want to be washed, that's a profit. But when I go to the hotel, I'm looking at to say, how are they using the power, the light bulbs? Are they putting the energy light bulb to save the energy in that? And then I look at the project to say, what are they giving back to the communities? Or how are they building the staff? How are they giving it back to the staff so they can grow as well as part of the stakeholders of that organization? And that's the important part today. And definitely, as I said, it has to come from the heart, not from the government legislations. It doesn't help.
Okay. Now, as the two-day summit draws to a close here in Florianopolis, what other key issues were for you, and what will you take away from here?
Well, I was really impressed to see how many people are involved, even smaller companies, in giving it back. And today's awards that almost of the companies that won, except for the Marriott Hotel, others were all small companies. And that was really showing that the small companies are taking real initiatives in giving it back to the community.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on Breaking Travel News.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about it and say, give you something from my heart.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.